Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books. Today, I don't know, has Disney gone evil? Are they evil? There are a lot of changes they've made to brands like Star Wars and Marvel that make no sense. I know what the explanation's supposed to be, but it doesn't really make sense. But this goes even a step further. Today we're talking about Disney's Little Demon project, which is a cartoon on the Hulu network, the FXX network, that really features a character who's a 13-year-old Antichrist. I hadn't heard about this until yesterday, but I went and I did watch the 3 episodes so I could talk about this intelligently, or as close as I can get to intelligently, and we'll get into it. The first article we'll talk about is from Little Demon, features pagan rituals and single mom knocked up by Satan. And that's not an exaggeration. That is what it is. This is coming from bleedingfool.com. Before we get into the article, please do subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications, and give me a thumbs up when you like it. All those things are a huge, huge help, and I appreciate it. So Disney's evil plans to negatively influence young children continues, as the House of Mouse is now encouraging demonic witchcraft, pagan rituals, gratuitous blood, gore, and nudity in their brand new animated series on FXX called Little Demon. Now, it is a Disney project on a Disney channel. Disney does own 2/3, 70% of Hulu, so it's coming out through one of their outlets. And it is what they say it is. It's very unusual to watch. It really is. And the people involved with it over at Disney are all the DeVitos. Danny Devito, Lucy DeVito, his wife Rhea Perlman's involved with it. He also has they also have Dan Harmon involved. Dan Harmon is a legend at this point. Now, he's done some screwy stuff. He got in trouble for some really outrageous thing he did years ago. But he's also very talented in writing. So I will tell you the structure of the show was done very carefully. He's an executive producer of this Little Demon show, and he's a dark guy. He seems to be a troubled guy, but he's not even the producer on this. He's not even the creator of this. He's just kind of overseeing it as the executive producer. So what is this show, and how is it really this violent, and is there really nudity and rituals? It really does feature nudity and witchcraft rituals. The pilot centers on an unmarried woman who was impregnated by Satan, voiced by Danny DeVito as Satan, 13 years prior, and it follows their daily interactions with her demon-spawned daughter. Not an exaggeration. A rational society would deem a cartoon depicting the Antichrist because the daughter, the 13-year-old daughter with the black eyes, she is the Antichrist, to be extremely inappropriate for children, if not outright obscene. If the Disney groomers, though, disagree, while the cartoon is being marketed to adults, it will undoubtedly attract the eyes of children. So the FXX network, again, not FX network, but FXX network on Hulu, is targeted for 18 to 34-year-olds, and this is considered to be adult animation. But I mean, what is the limit? Now, this is something, too, with streaming that actually hadn't occurred to me is, if it was perhaps through a cable distribution or something, they might stop something like this and say, hey, we get the concept, but it's a bit much. Now, 1 Million Moms, an organization whose goal is to stop the exploitation of children rights, along with other Disney-associated productions such as Maleficent, which I never saw, Star versus the Forces of Evil, and The Owl House, the new adult cartoon series Little Demon is also set in a spiritually demonic realm. I mean, it is set in a demonic realm. I mean, I've watched these first 3 episodes. This is it. I mean, this is everything that they're describing. Incredible violence, incredible gore, and nudity. Unbelievable to see. According to Deadline, a Hollywood online news source, Quote, among other shenanigans, the comedy shows Laura, the mother, nude with no pixelation. True. She strips down in the first episode to perform a ritual, while there are multiple instances of nudity throughout the series. Also true. Series creator Seth Kirshner told reporters, we're going to keep going for it until we are told no. Let's be sure they're told no quickly. And then there's a Bible verse. Now, also coming from another influential Christian website, this is what they say about the show. Parks and Recreation star, and Parks and Recreation is another creation of Dan Harmon, Aubrey Plaza, who voices Laura, shared in an interview at San Diego's Comic-Con, and you'll have the link to this interview in the description below, that she loves, quote, that we are normalizing paganism. Laura is a pagan. She's a witch. She's jacked. She's got to protect her daughter from demons, and she's got to get her house in order. And so the combination of that is really fun. You know, I mean, I get, let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. I get that, you know, it's compelling to show different settings and concepts and to show a character that's potentially relatable, a 13-year-old girl going through, puberty and having changes and all that. I get all of that that's compelling, and it's relatively well written as far as I can see. I mean, it's a very well structured show. Why they had to do this, I don't know. Award-winning actor Danny DeVito voices Satan, and his daughter Lucy is an executive producer on the show, also voicing Chrissy, the main character. Chrissy said her favorite thing about her 13-year-old Antichrist character in Little Demon is how close to home you can take it, and that like we are using it as like a metaphor for real growing up. Okay. And I think that it's really fun to be like all crazy and then, take it down to sweet and sincere. So we were able to deal with both of those aspects of the character. What she's talking about is, yes, there are high concept things that go on in there that are in the demon realm and violence and witchcraft. And yes, there are relatable human things because the Antichrist character is half human. So there are human things that she deals with her mother and her father, who is Satan, Danny DeVito. And it's relatable, and you do get that, and you get that. That's a Dan Harmon thing, and he does it. They do it well. But my God, the subject matter is horrific. Her father, Danny, described his Satan character as someone who picked a really wonderful, sexy, outrageous, smart woman to have a baby with. Danny said that as Satan, he thinks it's wonderful that Laura is allowing him to spend time with his daughter after 13 years of hiding her. Well, I mean, she doesn't really have a choice because when the daughter character, Chrissy, finds out that her father is Satan, she chooses that she wants to start spending more time with Satan, and she learns how to use her demonic powers. I don't know if there's anything else to say except I guess at the point where Disney allows all of these classic brands, which they do own, but you would think they would have some cultural responsibility to, when they allow their cultural brands to be completely decimated and destroyed. The next thing to do is to promote demonic new characters. I mean, that you can't say this Antichrist character is not demonic. She's not even uncomfortable with being the Antichrist in the series. Never is that addressed, at least in the first 3 episodes. She's a little bit off-put about, how to incorporate her powers and use them in a way that's productive from her point of view. She's certainly not a hero. She's a villain. Again, villains. All we see is everything turns into villainy from Disney. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Had you heard about this series? And maybe I was just out of the loop. I hadn't heard about it until Bleeding Fool did this article, and then I had to go do some homework. They have a great website. Make sure you check them out as well. All right, I will include links to all this, of course, in the descriptions below. I will see you again soon with another video, and if I don't see you, I will miss you.